If you ever get a room with the number 306, never stay there, no matter how desperate you are. Some doors, once opened, can never be closed again. Ryan had just moved to the city for his university studies. Finding a place to stay was difficult, and after weeks of searching, he finally found a hostel that was cheap, close to campus, and had an available room. The warden, a frail old man with sunken eyes, handed him the key. Room 306, the warden muttered, avoiding eye contact. Anything I should know about the room? Ryan asked, sensing hesitation. The warden paused before responding. Just keep the door locked at night. A strange warning, but Ryan shrugged it off. As he walked down the dimly lit hallway, he noticed how oddly quiet the place was. The walls had cracks running down them, and the yellow bulbs flickered weakly. Finally, he reached room 306. The door creaked open, revealing a small, dusty room. A single bed, an old wooden wardrobe, a small desk, and a mirror hanging on the wall. The air smelled damp, almost rotten. Not the best place, but it'll do, Ryan thought, tossing his bag on the bed. That night, as he lay down, he heard something, a faint whisper. Help me. He sat up, heart pounding. Did I imagine that? The room was silent again. Brushing it off as exhaustion, Ryan closed his eyes and fell asleep. The next morning, Ryan woke up feeling unusually drained. As he swung his legs over the bed, his eyes widened. On the wooden floor, there were strange, deep scratches, symbols that hadn't been there the night before. A cold shiver ran down his spine. He grabbed his phone, took a picture, and went straight to the warden. The old man's face went pale when he saw the image. Where did you see this? In my room, on the floor. What do they mean? The warden sighed, shaking his head. That room was locked for years. No one was supposed to stay there. But I had no choice. If you know what's good for you, leave before it's too late. Ryan frowned. You expect me to believe this room is haunted? Believe what you want, the warden said. Just don't be in there after midnight. Ryan laughed it off, but something about the warden's tone unsettled him. That night, Ryan couldn't stop staring at the symbols on the floor. He tried searching online but found nothing. Frustrated, he decided to ignore it and go to sleep. 3 a.m. A loud bang jolted him awake. The door had slammed shut on its own. Ryan's breath hitched. The room felt different. The air was ice cold. And then the whisper returned. Help me. His eyes darted toward the mirror. Something moved. He leaned closer. His reflection was there, but it wasn't right. His reflection was smiling, but Ryan wasn't. Suddenly, a shadow appeared behind the reflection, long, twisted limbs, hollow black eyes. Ryan spun around. Nothing, but when he turned back to the mirror, the figure was inside the room, standing right behind him. Ryan stumbled backward, heart pounding. The lights flickered violently. The symbols on the floor started glowing blood red. The whisper turned into a distorted, guttural voice. You shouldn't be here. Ryan grabbed the door handle and yanked. Locked. A chilling breath brushed against his ear. Run. The moment he turned around, a tall, disfigured figure lunged at him. Its fingers, long and bony, reached for his throat. Ryan screamed, kicking over the chair as he scrambled away. The room started shaking. The mirror cracked, then shattered, and suddenly everything stopped. The room was quiet again. The air was still. Ryan stood there, gasping. The door, now slightly open, creaked as if inviting him to leave. And that's exactly what he did. Ryan packed his bags that night and left the hostel without saying a word. He never spoke about what happened, never told anyone about the whispers, the symbols, the thing in the mirror. A week later, the hostel warden assigned room 306 to a new student. And that night, the whisper started again.